What is going on, everybody? Thank you all so much for tuning into this live stream segment of MCSC, and I'm your humble host, Niko House. And this morning I wanted to talk to you about something that I've been finding a little interesting. So with all the talk about whether or not Liz should go on Fox News, whether or not it was a fantastic thing that Bernie Sanders went on Fox News, and who is the absolute best candidate to beat Donald Trump, we've been trying to figure out, after the primary is concluded, who is the person that can basically sweep up the voters who have become disenchanted with the political process. Now, of course, there are always going to be some pretty hardcore Trump supporters, and we don't have to go into all the reasons why that is, but you and I know what I mean exactly. You know. So we get that. But just like there were pretty hardcore Trump supporters, there were pretty hardcore Hillary supporters too. And because Trump came in looking like a fighter, looking as if he would challenge the establishment rather than hire all of them to his cabinet, which I'm not gonna lie, I honestly did not see that coming. But he did it, whatever. And then so there's an opening, right? There's an opening because people are still upset. Income inequality is still through the roof. Racial income inequality is even higher than it was before. The real unemployment numbers are trash. The stock market is unstable as it's ever been at this point. The real estate market is about to crash. I mean, people are still pissed. It seems like the establishment and the status quo has been propped up and even emboldened in a lot of ways. And so there's an opening. And so with that, I feel like it's important to look at some of these comment sections, right? Because there's this idea that there are only maybe two candidates that could beat Donald Trump. Obviously, Bernie's name is thrown out there, and I won't deny it, that he absolutely would beat Trump's ass. I know for a fact. It's 100% fact. He would destroy Trump in an election, as it currently stands. And Biden, who I believe would have absolutely zero chance of beating Trump in an election. Like, the pictures are there. I mean, we can't pretend like the whole creepy Biden thing isn't a real thing, because it is. The things that he's done, not only did he do them, not only was he inappropriate with women, but he refuses to apologize for it. He said he blamed his background. Like, come on, bro. Like, everybody is very aware, like Biden's not going to be able to bring out black voters, and whoever the Democratic candidate is has to be able to coalesce black voters in such a radical way that it affects the elections very similar to how it affected elections for Obama in 2008 and 2012. And the simple truth of the matter is Biden is not that candidate. So here we are. Is it true that only Bernie Sanders has a chance to beat Donald Trump? And is that substantiated? Now, I'm here to make the argument today that that is not true. Although I do believe that Bernie Sanders has a fantastic chance of beating Trump. I really do. I believe we're missing some valuable candidate. One valuable candidate, I should say. Because we're going to take a look at some comment sections today. We're going to take a look at some comment sections. Because we were told that Tulsi Gabbard was unpopular. We were told that Tulsi doesn't have any crossover appeal. We were told that she's unpopular, that she's only polling at 2% or 3%. That she is only a fringe candidate, and once she gets into the debates, nothing would change, right? That's what we're told. She's unpopular. She has no chance of winning either the Democratic primary or the election against Trump. Let's see if that holds up. We're going to check out some of these comments. Now, we're going to go to the right first. We're going to look at some of the videos on the right because crossover appeal, right? Does Tulsi Gabbard have the ability to beat Donald Trump? Let's find out. I want you to take a look at this comment section for Fox News. This is a video that Tulsi did April 17th. And here we go. It's April 17th. A lot of you may remember this interview. I actually covered it. I came back to this video specifically because it's been about a month. People have heard a little bit more about her. I'm sure that if they had something negative to say, it would appear in the comment section. This is what the media says, or this is what the comments say. She is one of the few Democrats I respect. Excellent. She beat him with his gotcha game and she did it beautifully. I like Tulsi Gabbard. She gives me Wonder Woman vibes. As a veteran of the Iraq War, Tulsi speaks for me and my brothers and sisters in uniform who have fought for these pointless regime change wars. I'm sick of politicians making us bring violence to this country, to countries that pose zero threat to America. Please vote for Tulsi for 2020. Fox starting to give better and more constructive interviews than the rest of MSM. Yeah, unfortunately, it kind of seems like that when it comes to the coverage of Tulsi. the only Democrat I'd ever consider voting for. There are a lot of Democrats, people. A couple of them even would be borderline progressive or progressive. Only Democrat I would consider voting for. I'm a 70+ year man. You know you old when you got to put 70+. You're like, after 70, it don't even matter anymore. We just old. It's okay. I got love for my boomers, man. I learned a lot from y'all. I'm a 70+ year old veteran who has never voted for a Democrat in my life. 70+ year old veteran, never voted for a Democrat in my life. Tulsi Gabbard is the best, most qualified, most eloquent, and thoughtful presidential candidate in my lifetime. In my life, 70+, so old. After 70, don't even say your age because it's basically the same thing. Like 70+. He said that this man had at least 70+. I don't want to know how old he is because I mean he could be close to 77, 78 years old. And if that's the case, this man's been alive. What, the end of FDR would be roughly where he was born. Close to the end of FDR, if he's closer to Bernie's age, which I think he would probably be. But even still, a lot of presidents. A lot of presidents. Most thoughtful, eloquent, most qualified candidate in my lifetime. She will catch on, and the MSM, which hates her, they all get tons of money and support from the war industry, big pharma and big agriculture, etc. Will ignore her or smear her, but in the end of the day, they will fall. She makes sense, and they don't. Regime change wars must end. Tulsi will be the shining light that makes this happen. Mike Gravel endorsing Tulsi Gabbard. She's legit. Running against regime change wars is a run against the deep state. Tulsi has so much passion for ending regime change wars that it makes Bernie look moderate on that issue. I'm a veteran. All wars are bankers' wars. We are not cannon fodder for oligarchs who wish to secure resources and territory. End the stupid wars. So far, Tulsi and Rand Paul are the only politicians who care about veterans and proper value of lives. Tulsi. Tulsi would make an outstanding. This is a Fox News thread. A Fox News thread. This woman would make the perfect president to keep the deep state out of politics. Good. She makes sense. Good on you, Tulsi. She's definitely she definitely is a cut above the others who are running. I'm impressed. We would vote for Tulsi Gabbard in a heartbeat. Tulsi has a clear vision of leadership. Bright. This is a Fox News comment section. Fox News. Well, maybe that was just a one-off, right? Maybe that video a little bit different than all the other videos, and maybe another Fox News interview, maybe more recently, they've changed their opinion about her. So this is one from a couple of days ago, May 17th. Mainstream media would do to her what they did to Ron Paul. Well, they're definitely trying. Wowsy. Tulsi, too good to be true. She knocks my socks off. P.S. Thanks Fox for the oxygen spared for this remarkable woman. War with Iran would be catastrophic for Iran and the USA, of course. Rubio, another warmonger, needs to be shown the exit door in the U.S. Senate. 100%. I think everybody agrees with this. Enough with the wars already. Stay out of Iran, stay out of Venezuela, enough. Also funny, how Tulsi gets treated better on Fox than on the other news networks. 100% agree, which is sad. Thank you, Fox, for covering Tulsi. She needs more airtime. Looked like a civil interview to me. What is Elizabeth Warren afraid of? I admit, I like Tulsi. I wish her luck. The only Democratic candidate I have any respect for at all. I disagree with her on most of her policies, but at least she can intelligently state those policies. Too bad she has zero chance to win in the clown show that is the Democratic Party. I would beg to differ, my friend, but you know, this is Fox News, so they're not voting in the Democratic primary. Dems are lucky they have Tulsi on their cards, but they don't know how to play their card. 100%, bro. Man, that was beautifully said. They have the best candidate possibly in the history of the United States who wants all of Bernie's policies, but also wants all of the legendary Henry Wallace policies. For those of you who don't know, former vice president for FDR, who was so dangerous to the deep state and the establishment that they usurped his vice presidency because they knew FDR was, you know, unfortunately on the way out because of his sickness. And it was specifically because, yeah, he advocated for the same policies as FDR domestically, but he was firmly anti-war, firmly anti-segregation, spoke out openly and candidly against racism, critiqued capitalism appropriately. And so they had to make sure that he did not get the office. And so this is the second time they've done that. It wouldn't be a surprise. Well, really the third, because they had Bernie last year and they screwed that up. So respect to Fox for hearing her out. That's what they get. That's why they get a high volume of audience. That is true. Fox will bring on controversial figures more often than CNN or MSNBC would ever do it. So they even brought on they tried to corner him. They tried to back him into a corner. But they even brought on my young friend Elijah Manley. And he's Green Party. So like, that's sad that Fox will give more coverage to the real left than CNN and MSNBC, who claim to be left. You know what courage is? Saying no to war for 16 years, not aiding an oligarchy's empire building on the blood of torture of others. Tulsi takes no corporate money. True, most progressive fundraising out of all the candidates. Not only does she not take any corporate money, she does not take any super PAC money, nor does she take any PAC money. She's the only one who doesn't take any of the three. Tulsi takes no, So she says, Bethany Hunt says, Tulsi takes no corporate money, has the greatest integrity of all the Dem candidates, including Bernie. I'm reading the comments. Get mad at me. I'm just reading the comments. It is sad that in the 21st century, we are still talking about war. Another world is possible. 100% agree. My man, what's Surrealistic Studios. I love the love for Tulsi here. Tulsi may be the only Democrat I've seen lately that isn't hideous and miserable. The ideology takes a heavy toll. I don't know what the Democrat ideology is, but I don't know if you've seen some of these Republicans lately. Trust me, it's just being corrupt. Being corrupt does take a heavy toll on your life. But when you've purged yourself of all that hate, all that corruption, all that discontent with peace and obsession with money and power, then you're right. You'd be surprised at how pretty you can come out looking. Talk from personal experience here, people. Just kidding. But Fox News are really getting behind supporting their beloved Trump from starting a war with Iran. They know why. Huh? I don't really get that. I guess, you know, every now and then those bot accounts will try to come in and say whatever they say. That's what they do. Tulsi fits the bill. Honor, integrity. Like, come on. Come on. Bruh. So we're going to look at somebody on the left. Maybe just the right has an affinity towards Tulsi for whatever reason. I don't know. Maybe. Let's see if it changes when we go to the left. So Kyle Kulinski has done a couple of pieces covering Tulsi. A couple, right? You know, he has a pretty balanced audience, and Kyle himself has personally endorsed Bernie Sanders. And of course, I respect him for that, because Bernie still is a great candidate. But, you know, with a certain amount of subscriptions and influence, you would expect people to be more pro-Bernie. You would expect to see, in my opinion, a lot of Bernie for president, Tulsi for VP, Secretary of State comments in that situation. So let's see if that's the case. I promise you, I have not gone through the comment section of this video. I just picked this video randomly. I actually picked the other Fox News video, not the first one, but the second one at random as well. So these comments, I'm betting. I'm a betting man when it comes to politics. I'm pretty damn good at it. I'm betting that these comments are dominantly Tulsi's the best. Tulsi is winning. I'm switching to Tulsi, or I'm strongly considering switching to Tulsi, etc., etc., etc. We'll see what happens. This video is the one where he covered her again, and this is one of his recent videos. Tulsi smeared by the Daily Beast in the dumbest way imaginable. His titles always get me. But so comments. Wow, I donated to Tulsi. I must now be a Putin puppet. Funny to watch the media faceplant every time they try to smear a progressive. The Daily Beasts are owned by Chelsea Clinton. Yes, that is actually true. Unapologetic, what's going on? My man's unapologetic right here. He took Pac-Man to task when Pac-Man tried to smear Tulsi. He called in and put that on blast. Corrected him quickly. I just donated to Tulsi's campaign after watching this. Getting smeared by MSM is a badge of honor. I make it a point to donate to Tulsi and Bernie when they get smeared. It makes me feel better. 100%. Tulsi 2020. Tulsi is my new top Democrat. RT is doing a better job of covering the news than the hacks we have in the US. 100%. 100%. Alex Lopez, thanks for the super chat. Fresh cut, Kyle. Man, I gotta watch the video. I ain't see the cut yet. I've given the Tulsi train 3 small dollar donations so far. I'm still Bernie 2020, but I'm beyond excited, looking forward to a potential 2024 run. I'm looking forward to a potential 2020 run. But I'm fine with both, honestly. I agree, but I would hope that Tulsi would be Secretary of State or Defense, but VP would be good too. Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. If Bernie wins, I would love to see her as Secretary of State or Vice President. Mostly Secretary of State though. But with that being said, I would much rather her be president, because literally there's no one else who knows foreign policy, and that's kind of problematic. Let me see. Ed Schultz, a lot of Ed Schultz love here. Tulsi 2020. A dream of Tulsi debating Trump on the stage. Tulsi in full major uniform. Tulsi would crush him. Please. 100%. Tulsi is a baddie. I mean, yeah. Thanks for calling some dirty smear merchants, Kyle. Yes, I'm a Putin puppet because I gave Tulsi $1. Got a Tulsi at the beginning. Tulsi Gabbard's my pick for the Democrats right here. So basically, moral of the story is you got a lot more crossover appeal than they would have you believe. For her to have supposedly no chance of winning, supposedly, that's what the word on the street is. It seems a little early to say she has no chance of winning, and it's also, in my opinion, it's a little disingenuous to insinuate that she has no platform of her own and that she isn't the best candidate in her own right to win the presidency. If somebody says she's perfect for VP, I'm going to be honest with you. She's not perfect for VP or perfect for Secretary of State. When do Secretaries of State, like you have to be able to lead to be the president. And Secretary of State and VPs most often don't become presidents for that very reason. The people have usually decided in some capacity that they are not the right ones to lead. So if we're going to say she's perfect for anything, let's be honest and call it what it is. She's perfect to be the president of the United States of America. Whether or not she's your personal vote is up to your discretion. But if anyone feels the need to qualify, you Bernie Tulsi, unless you're one of those who are trying to exclude a Warren, because I do know that there are people who comment making sure like Warren is not, making sure to let everyone know that Warren is not the answer. Then yeah, I 100% agree with that. Yeah, definitely say that. But if you're just on a Tulsi video at random saying Bernie Tulsi 2020, why do you feel the need to qualify what a great interview by Tulsi or a great video done about Tulsi? Why do you need to qualify it with Bernie Tulsi? I don't get it. Is it because what it comes off as is that like it comes off as feeling threatened, in my humble opinion. And that's it may be some truth to it, it may not be truth to it. But it comes off as feeling threatened, and because it comes off as feeling threatened, there's like people get kind of irritated by it, and it comes off as disingenuous. Like oh yeah, I'm promoting Tulsi, but I'm really promoting Bernie, so people can think, or people can assume that there are more people that would choose Bernie over Tulsi. Just if you have a positive comment to say, just say the positive comment. I don't go on a Bernie video, right, like as a commenter and say, man, yeah, Bernie killed this interview, but Tulsi just way better. For what? Bernie killed the interview. He did a great job, period. Period, point blank. If it's a positive video and it's a positive comment, focus on that candidate. And let the democratic process do what it's supposed to do. All right? So I would love to hear your comments. By the way, if you were not yet, please consider becoming a patron. Basically, any video that we've done as of late, critiquing the establishment, out of the gate, it gets demonetized now. Like we expect it to ramp up more during the course of the election. They allow us to review it. Sometimes it gets reviewed and the monetization process continues a couple of days later. Sometimes it does not, but this is politics. So basically, after we review it, you've already watched the video, and so we don't really get paid for it. So it's part of the life. We already know. We know what we got ourselves into. All the progressive political commentators know what they've got themselves into. And but if you can join our Patreon, and become a patron, you can literally become one for as little as $1. It would truly help the show continue to grow. And don't forget, we are going to San Francisco to cover the California Democratic Convention, because all the presidential candidates are supposed to be there. We about to get a mic up in somebody's face. I don't know who yet. We're gonna figure it out. So with that being said, people, thank you all so much for tuning into this live stream segment of Mika Says Sukasa. Don't worry, we will be back soon. We will be back very, very soon, about 15 or 20 minutes. So stick around, check back in a little bit, check for your notifications. And more than anything else, people, always remember, find your balance. Peace. Thanks for watching that segment of Mika Says Sukasa. Make sure you follow us on Twitter, on Facebook, on Roku TV, and on JustNForm.com. Also,
You can make sure that you're subscribed to the channel by going to the subscribe button, pressing it, and hitting that notification bell to get all of our notifications. And of course, you can help us reach our goal of 500 patrons on Patreon by supporting the show by donating as little as $1. You can click on the link in the description below for that. And remember, more than anything else, find your balance